Fancy traveling through time? Well, you're in luck. No need for a flux capacitor here. We're taking you on an epic journey through some of the world's most fascinating ancient civilizations, from Rome's majestic ruins to the pyramids of Egypt. Here are 10 amazing places that will whisk you back in time, each offering something you never knew you were missing. Number 10. Xi'an, China, the army that never marched. Let's kick off with a literal army of history, the terracotta warriors of Xi'an, China. Imagine being so influential that thousands of life-sized warriors were crafted to guard you in the afterlife. Forget mere celebrity bodyguards. Emperor King Shi Huang went above and beyond with his personal army made of terracotta clay, each soldier uniquely designed with distinct facial features. These warriors have been stuck in their posts for over 2,000 years without a lunch break. If that's not dedication, I don't know what is. While you're marveling at these intricate figures, don't forget to visit the museum built around the excavation site. It's like an ancient Where's Waldo game, except all the Waldos are soldiers staring right back at you. Oh, and while you're in Xi'an, don't miss the Great Wall, a structure so impressive they say you can see it from space. Or maybe that's just great marketing, but it sure makes for a good story. Number 9. Stonehenge, England. Rocks and mysteries. Stonehenge, a prehistoric monument so famous, it's on every history buff's bucket list. Sure, it's just a bunch of giant rocks standing in a circle, but there's something about the mystery of how they got there that gets us every time. Was it aliens? Was it giants on a construction spree? Who knows? One thing's for sure, these massive stones have seen it all for 5,000 years, and they're not telling anyone their secrets. You can stand in awe, imagining druids chanting, aliens beaming down, or ancient construction workers complaining about their backs. Plus, just a short drive away is Avebury, Stonehenge's less famous but way bigger cousin. Here, you get to walk among the stones without the tourist fences, making it the perfect place to channel your inner archaeologist, or just take some cool selfies pretending you're unearthing secrets. Number 8. Pompeii, Italy. The party that ended with a bang. If there's one place that gives a literal meaning to being frozen in time, it's Pompeii. When Mount Vesuvius decided to unleash its fiery wrath in AD 79, it caught the whole city off guard. But look on the bright side, they've left behind everything you'd want to see in a Roman city. Villas, baths, even ancient fast food joints. It's like an open-air museum, except it's an entire town. Wander down the streets, and you might just feel like you're back in Roman times. Just be glad that the volcano's taking a long nap. You'll find colorful frescoes decorating the walls of ancient homes, revealing everything from mythological scenes to the Romans' love of a good party. The amphitheater here even gives you a peek into the entertainment of the past. Imagine a stadium full of spectators cheering, except instead of touchdowns, they were watching gladiators fight it out. Number 7. Petra, Jordan, the real-life Indiana Jones set. Next up, we've got Petra, Jordan, the Rose City carved out of sheer rock. Remember that scene from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade? That's right, Petra was the backdrop for Indiana Jones's adventures, and it's easy to see why. You enter through the narrow Sick, a canyon that leads you dramatically to the treasury, and for a moment, you can pretend you're Harrison Ford himself. Petra is full of tombs, temples, and mysteries. Just avoid any ancient traps because they're not as fun in real life as they look in the movies. But the thrill doesn't stop there. The monastery, perched high above the main city, requires a serious uphill climb. But once you reach the top, the view will make all that sweating worthwhile. Think of it as the ultimate Stairmaster workout, except your reward isn't just a cool down. It's a giant temple carved into the mountainside. Number 6. Persepolis, Iran, the Party Palace. If you're in the mood for opulence and grandeur, Persepolis, the ancient capital of Persia, is where it's at. Built by Darius the Great, this place wasn't just any city. It was the ultimate party palace of the Persian Empire. We're talking grand columns, intricate carvings, and enough wealth to make a modern billionaire blush. Imagine lavish feasts and gatherings with Persian nobles decked out in the fanciest silks and gold. Then Alexander the Great showed up, and well, let's just say he wasn't there for a peaceful tea party. Today you can explore what's left and imagine all the Persian kings who strutted around there, probably feeling like the rock stars of their time. The gate of all nations still stands, and just the name alone makes you feel like you've stepped into a place meant for gods, emperors, and anyone who knows how to throw a memorable shindig. Number 5. Tikal, Guatemala, the Mayan Empire's lost city. Deep in the jungles of Guatemala lies Tikal, a city that was once home to 100,000 Mayans. Imagine building skyscrapers before skyscrapers were even a thing, except these were made of stone, surrounded by dense jungle, and were actually pyramids. No elevators here, just a good old workout to reach the top. If you like your history with a dose of mystery and adventure, wandering around these ruins gives you just that. The towering pyramids poke out from the jungle canopy, giving you an idea of how this city must have looked back in its heyday. Nearby Yaxa offers even more temples and a true Indiana Jones vibe minus the rolling boulders, hopefully. Plus, there's nothing quite like standing at the top of a Mayan pyramid, surrounded by jungle, as you imagine the once great civilization that thrived in the very place where you now stand. Number 4. Athens, Greece. Ancient wisdom and theater drama. Athens is the cradle of democracy, meaning this is where people started the whole idea of, hey, maybe we should let people have a say. You've got the Acropolis towering over the city and the Agora, where Socrates himself used to hang out. If that wasn't enough, Athens is also where theater was born. The world's first theater, the Theater of Dionysus, still stands, and if you're lucky, maybe one of the ghostly spirits of Aeschylus or Euripides will applaud your tourist acting skills. And don't forget the Parthenon, dedicated to Athena, the goddess of wisdom, though these days, it's more about photo ops than philosophy debates. Just below the Acropolis, the Agora offers a glimpse into ancient social life. Picture market vendors, politicians arguing, and philosophers philosophizing, probably with an air of "I'm smarter than you." It's like ancient Greece's version of Twitter, but with fewer trolls. Number 3. Machu Picchu, Peru. A view worth the climb. Sitting high up in the Andes Mountains is Machu Picchu, the mysterious Inca citadel with views so good they should come with a warning label, may cause severe cases of wanderlust. Climbing up to Machu Picchu is like earning your own piece of ancient history. It's filled with terraces, temples, and enough photo opportunities to fill your Instagram for weeks. As you stand on the terraces overlooking the dramatic mountain landscape, it's easy to see why the Incas chose this remote location. It's practically a fortress in the clouds. Nearby, the lesser-known but equally fascinating site of Choqquequirao offers a quieter experience with its extensive ruins. You'll need to put in the effort to hike there, but the reward is experiencing these breathtaking ruins almost entirely to yourself, just you, the Andes, and a bunch of llamas that probably have no idea how lucky they are. Number 2. The Pyramids of Giza, Egypt. Timeless monuments to bragging rights. Nothing says "I'm a big deal" quite like the Pyramids of Giza. These gigantic structures have been standing tall for nearly 5,000 years, and they're still wondering why we can't seem to figure out how they were built. Spoiler, it wasn't aliens. At least, that's what Egyptologists say. The Great Pyramid was constructed for Pharaoh Khufu, who clearly had big dreams for his eternal rest. It wasn't just about being buried, it was about being remembered, and boy did Khufu succeed. If the pyramids alone aren't enough to wow you, the nearby Sphinx will, with its half-human, half-lion form guarding the ancient secrets of the desert. And if you're still not impressed, a visit to Luxor will do the trick. The Valley of the Kings, the Temple of Hatshepsut, and Karnak are ancient grandeur at its peak. Just imagine the pharaohs thinking, yeah, this will be talked about for thousands of years. Number 1. Rome, Italy, the OG city of power and glory. Lastly, climb up Palatine Hill, where you can imagine yourself as one of Rome's richest citizens, sipping on wine and looking over your empire. The hill was where Rome's elite lived: emperors, senators, and those who truly enjoyed the finer things in life. Strolling through the ruins of opulent villas, you get a glimpse of ancient luxury, courtyards, gardens, and grand halls built to impress. Don't forget to visit the Pantheon too, where you can marvel at the engineering marvel of the dome, which still baffles architects today. With all these sights, Rome is not just a city, it's a journey back in time, filled with grandeur, drama, and a sense of eternal charm. And when your historical exploration is done, there's always some gelato to bring you right back to the 21st century, reminding you that Rome knows how to impress in any era. And that wraps up our time-traveling tour of the world's most amazing ancient civilizations. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Seriously, every like helps keep the history books from getting dusty. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because who wouldn't want more epic adventures?